Everyone, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Grant Nguyen, and I'm a CJDS class of 2015 graduate. I'm incredibly humbled and honored to have been chosen as one of your speakers. I wish I could be here to celebrate with you all in person, but when you hear this speech, I will be playing in my last club soccer game. Nevertheless, I truly enjoyed spending lunch with you graduates yesterday. Although I wasn't surprised, our visit yesterday reminded me of just how special CJDS students are. I wanted to start off by saying congratulations to the 2021 graduates this year. As I'm sure it was for all of you, this year has been one of, if not the most difficult years of our lives. But we are still here, and that is something you should all be proud of. Quite honestly, I truly believe CJDS prepared me for any and every challenge. Especially this year, the values of resiliency, hard work, and dedication I was exposed to at CJDS have always been apparent in my life. This year has been filled with the utmost uncertainty, and at times I'm sure we can all admit it felt like the pandemic would never end. Make no mistake, I'm by no means saying it is over, but I truly believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Responding to the forces around me this year, the uncertainty, ever-changing guidelines and restrictions, the COVID scares. The lesson of controlling what I can control that was taught to me at CJDS has never been more important in my life. However, I know in a year headlined by the pandemic, it's about the last thing we want and need to hear about right now. But given the impact it's had on our lives, I feel as if it at least deserved acknowledgement. Regardless of this year's circumstances, the values I learned at CJDS have continued to drive me forward over the course of the past 6+ years of my life. In ways physically, emotionally, and mentally, I'm nowhere near the same person I was at CJDS, and even that version of me back then was anything but static. I was pretty overweight and quite frankly, did not understand myself emotionally. And yeah, I could use this time to tell you these little personal anecdotes that I actually did type up, but soon realized that they did not embody what I believe is the most important thing that I took from CJDS. The ability to not only respond to the forces around me, but to do so in a way that expresses and articulates how I truly feel. Yes, this may sound like a simple, if not easy task, but CJDS was imperative in teaching me how to communicate my ideas coherently. Whether it was the biography project, where I did Omri Caspi, or the Modern Day Prophet project, where I did Bruce Springsteen, I truly believe I found that this experience and ability is indispensable, but at the same time, equally as unquantifiable. Don't take this as me saying don't be open to other ideas. That, in and of itself, is equally as critical, and finding your own voice and being open to other ideas is a difficult balancing act in and of itself. When, not if you three graduates become the next generation of leaders we all know you can be, it will be because you have the most solid foundation of this skill. No, I am not perfect in this skill, but being comfortable in my ability to articulate my own complex ideas has helped me with my self-esteem and being comfortable in my own skin in general. Something I know, and don't even try to admit it, we all struggle with for the entirety of this portion, if not the entirety of our lives. I was by no means as comfortable in my own skin when I left CJDS. In fact, I struggled rather mightily with it in middle school. But what I want you to know is that you are not alone in this endeavor, and CJDS has prepared you for this more than you may realize. CJDS lets you be who you are as an individual. Had I not attended CJDS, I know I would never have developed my sense of individuality, something you should always keep sight of despite the uncontrollable nature of the world around us. I never realized how incredible and special the years I spent at CJDS were until I left, something you all will soon do. CJDS provides a fantastic education, one like no other. It taught me what it means to be Jewish and how that can be different for each individual. For me, what stood out the most is the value of tikkun olam, repairing the world, and extending from that, helping others. CJDS has given you all the abstract, unquantifiable, intangible skills that you will need. And I won't even bother trying to explain them to you because quite frankly, I'm still discovering them for myself. When you look back from my position and you think to yourself, where did I learn this? Or why do I value this? Chances are it will be in some way influenced by the Columbus Jewish Day School. As my CJDS classmates experienced, you will inevitably grow apart at some point, but you also may and can and should come back together. In an age of social media and almost everyone having a phone, staying in touch is not difficult. In fact, it has never been easier. Knowing the age you three are at, you may need some time to grow apart, but even if/when this happens, you know you will always have each other as your own community, as well as the entire community of CJDS, something I still hold very dear to my heart. Just as my 7 years at CJDS, these past 6 years have gone by way too fast. I will admit I did cry when hugging my teachers this past Monday for the last day of school. But rest assured, this was not a hug goodbye. The people you want to keep close are always one call or one text away. Furthermore, don't take your time at CJDS and what you do in these next 7 years for granted. Yeah, it's cliche, but live in the moment and make the most of it, because no matter how much you try to slow it down, time will just keep flying by. Taking things day by day has been so important to me, especially given what has occurred over the past 14 months. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has been guaranteed, from my soccer season to college admissions to even my senior year of high school. But in taking things day by day, in stride, I feel as if I have made the most of my final year of high school, with the values of resiliency, determination, and hard work that I cultivated at CJDS ever present in my mind and daily life. Most of all, never forget the significance of your Judaism, especially now. We are a minority in this world, but we are strong and we are a community. CJDS taught me to be proud of my Judaism, even when I didn't look like everyone else in my class. Judaism fosters a sense of cultural acceptance, something I will never lose sight of. Always be proud of your Jewish roots. Never let anyone tell you otherwise, ever. I am biracial, half Chinese, half Caucasian, but at the foundation of who I am as a person is the values I have learned and taken from Judaism, something I will forever be prideful about. Once again, congratulations on your graduation today. I know you have all worked diligently over the past 6 years to this moment. As you leave this incredibly special school, never lose sight of your Jewish roots, no matter what path you take in life. They will guide you and support you through anything and everything. Oh, and one last thing. As someone who forgot to thank their mom in their bar mitzvah speech the last time around I wrote something like this, don't ever make my mistake. Never forget to thank your parents. I lied. One more thing. Don't be afraid to be yourself, no matter what form that comes in. I truly cannot wait to see what you three do next. Thank you so much.